So that's my story. So now I want to sort of pull apart that story a little bit and share with you some of the insights or some of the perspectives that come out of it. So this isn't just from that story. Some of this started from the perspectives I took from my CEO, Doug. And then I've added to that by interviewing a number of other CEOs that I've worked with and also talking with colleagues of mine that consult with CEOs of companies of all size. And here's what they say. Here's what I have heard the CEOs are, I mean, these were the themes. And there was basically three core themes that I've heard consistently that CEOs look for from HR and from HR leaders in particular. First is to know the business intimately. And we've been hearing this for a while. You know, we hear them talk about understand the business, understand the financials, understand the numbers, be able to talk in business context. But it's bigger than that now. Our CEOs are wanting us to intimately understand how value is created by our organization. At Omnium, we were fortunate because as the business started to develop, as we started this reinvention process, we got into process re-engineering and new technology and lots of things that didn't have anything to do with HR, but HR was involved and at the forefront of all of those things. So it's really intimately understanding and knowing the business so that you can articulate how HR is contributing to creating competitive advantage, sustainable competitive advantage. If you can't talk about how HR is driving competitive advantage, your CEO eventually is going to stop listening. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about, is succeeding in the market. The second thing I hear consistently is that HR's #1 call is talent and culture. Now this is a little compared to what we've historically done, at least in US iterations of HR, it's been very administrative. It's very administrative, handling these day-to-day things. And so talent and culture is forefront. They expect us to understand what our definition of talent is as an organization. They expect us to have strategies around how we're building and cultivating talent. They expect us to know what talent we have at any given time, where we're weak, where we're strong. And they expect us to have a plan and an understanding around how we drive culture. CEOs have this notion of talent as being important and culture as being important, but they don't know the answer. I don't know very many CEOs that have come out of the HR ranks. So they might read about this stuff, but they know they don't know the answer, and they're looking to us for that. And this last part is big, is that we need to find courage. More courage. And I think they're worried that even when they give us a seat at the executive table, they're concerned that we've lost our courage, that we've lost our ability and our willingness to say the things that need to be said. And so I've been hearing this talk of courage and bravery and these kinds of things. CEOs are looking for that from their HR group. And then about a month ago, I heard Bill Connolly speak, who was a former senior VP at General Electric. He was senior VP of HR at General Electric under the big names there, Jack Welch and Jeff Hamilton. One of the things he talked about, he was giving advice to HR leaders, a room similar to this, and one of the things he said was having the courage of your convictions and being willing to put your job on the line when it really mattered. He said that over his 30-some-odd years with GE, there was probably 6 or 8 times where he put his job at risk because he felt so strongly that the organization was going in the wrong direction relative to HR. They were going to make a really bad people decision, and he had to stand up and have courage and stop it. And so I think that CEOs, this is counterintuitive sometimes, but we have to find courage. And I think part of where we find courage is through really developing our competence, developing our knowledge, knowing the business, being able to do all these things that we're talking about. That's where it comes from.